Hello everyone, and welcome to my GH Soap Opera Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Spoilers for General Hospital. Will Willow admit to doping Drew and make a huge reveal to Nina? According to General Hospital previews, Nina Reeves will be the recipient of a major revelation from Willow Kane. Is Nina's daughter about to confess to drugging Drew Kane, or is she going to say something else entirely? Nina may expect to hear Willow's confession on February 18th. GH viewers may anticipate Willow to divulge something that could potentially surprise Nina off guard. Naturally, this may be something straightforward and not very damning, such as if Willow confesses that things are better now that Drew is incapacitated. Still, Willow is beginning to trust Nina more and more, and she knows her mom would sacrifice anything for her. That includes holding illegal secrets, so Willow could opt to get something more nasty off her chest. Will Willow ultimately disclose that she's the true shooter? Nina would not be too shocked if her daughter confesses to shooting Drew again that night, as a part of her could still believe it to be true nonetheless. However, Willow has taken her vindictive scheme against Drew to the next level now that she's been acquitted. Willow gave Drew a stroke-imitating injection shortly after she was proclaimed a free woman. To keep Drew from speaking or moving, Willow continues to give him the medicine on a daily basis. Willow could come clean about her true intentions if Nina happens to overhear her teasing Drew or observes her administering him an unusual dosage. How will Nina react if Willow uncovers her plan to keep Drew out of commission while she creates a better life with her children? Nina had informed Willow that her love and support are unconditional, so she might show that's true, even if she's shocked by the depths Willow has gone to. There's no way Nina would rat Willow out to the cops, so she'll no likely assist Willow cover up whatever admission she's going to make. No matter what Willow ends up sharing, General Hospital spoilers predict she'll undoubtedly offer Nina updates on some vital news. General Hospital spoilers Monday, February 16th. Carly's warning, Lucas terrified, Chase schemes, Britt shocked, Marco turns brutal. On the next GH, Marco Rios gets rough with Lucas Jones, Carly Spencer delivers an important warning to Jason Morgan, and Chase and Brooke Lynn celebrate Valentine's Day, before turmoil explodes. General Hospital spoilers are in for Monday, February 16th, 2026. In the following episode, fans may anticipate Marco Rios to become aggressive with Lucas Jones. Harrison Chase and Brooke Lynn Quartermain spent Valentine's Day together. Plus, Carly Spencer gives a warning to Jason Morgan. Key points: Marco Rios physically stops Lucas Jones from leaving Windmere. Carly Spencer warns Jason Morgan about Brick's possible hidden agenda. Chase and Brooke Lynn share a romantic Valentine's Day, before looming trouble. Britt Westbourne issues a chilling warning to Liesl Albrecht. Michael Corinthos romances Jacinda, but doubt creeps in Carly Spencer's urgent warning. Let's start with Carly, who meets with Jason. The blonde sends an urgent warning about Brick of all people. Carly notes that Sonny Corinthos thinks Brick doesn't have an agenda. The blonde then adds that she doesn't buy it. That shocks me about Brick, as he's been Sonny's confidant for a long time, the one person who's never deceived him. So, maybe Brick is taking a swing to the dark side? Rick Lansing's date over with Rick Lansing, he finally scores a date with his ex. However, Rick must indicate that Elizabeth Liz Baldwin doesn't know how to have fun. The nurse stares at him and is going to show him incorrect. Harrison Chase's Valentine's romance. General Hospital spoilers for Monday, February 16th suggest that a teaser clip shows Harrison Chase and Brooke Lynn Quartermain sharing a romantic Valentine's Day. They toast to a Valentine's Day that they will remember. However, I worry that this might simply be the quiet before the storm. Molly Lansing Davis. News over with Molly Lansing Davis. She appears thrilled as she announces some news. It appears from a promotional clip that Molly is chatting to Alexis Davis. Is this about the book? Britt Westbourne's critical caution. There is also Britt Westbourne. The lady attempts to warn Liesl Albrecht. The brunette responds, "You have no idea what you're asking right now." Jacinda Breckel's comment. As for Jacinda Breckel, she is romanced by Michael Corinthos. However, she makes a curious statement about one being born every minute. Jacinda has been having misgivings, so I wonder whether Michael can convince her. Marco Rios gets physical finally. Lucas tries to leave Windermere. However, Marco turns evil and captures the surgeon. Marco replies that Lucas isn't going away. Oh, it seems like Lucas might be in great danger, so stay tuned. General Hospital spoilers. Will Nathan lose interest in Lulu when he learns Maxie's awake? General Hospital spoilers have been teasing a Nathan West and Lulu Spencer romance for months on the ABC series. It was one of the slowest burning relationships to grace our TVs in a while, but things between Nathan and Lulu are now starting to heat up and sparks have been flying. Maxie's deceased husband and BFF just shared their first and second kiss. Have they ran out of time though? Maxie wakes up Nathan West bonded with Lulu Spencer when he came to Port Charles since she was his wife's best friend. Lulu and Nathan began spending time together due of their common love for Maxie, and slowly started developing feelings for one another. Even though Maxie moved on following Nathan's death, Lulu has obviously been battling guilt over the new man in her life. This week on General Hospital, Kirsten Storm's major comeback as Maxie Jones aired. The dramatic scenes revealed Maxie coming up from her coma in Boston, surprising her kids and mother Felicia Jones. The authors didn't disappoint and absolutely gave the character the comeback she deserved. It's only going to be a matter of time until she returns to Port Charles and comes face to face with Nathan. Nathan never moved on? Nathan West was assassinated in 2018, just 2 years short of a decade ago. General Hospital watchers know that Maxie obviously moved on after becoming a widow, a few times really. In fact, Maxie even had another kid after her husband's death before settling back down with her original baby daddy Spinelli. Spoilers imply there might be some tragedy ahead for Lulu Spencer. When Nathan discovers that his wife has come up from her coma, he will undoubtedly want to visit her immediately, and Maxie is going to be in for a shock. Could having Maxie back in Port Charles influence how Nathan thinks about Lulu? Will he put the plug on their short romance because he wants his wife back? What about Spinelli, who is Steve Burton's new wife Michelle Lundstrom? General Hospital viewers were startled last week when Steve Burton revealed abruptly that he was departing the ABC soap drama. The fan darling went on to remark that he thought Jason Morgan's retirement was just temporary and hopes to return for summer 2026. According to Burton, one of the reasons he's quitting GH is so he can spend some time with his new wife Michelle Lundstrom. When did Steve Burton get married? Steve Burton's controversial divorce from his longtime wife and mother of his 3 children was plastered all over the blogosphere a few years ago. Sherry Gustin and Steve Burton's marriage appeared secure on social media, but no one knows what goes on behind closed doors. The General Hospital star was initially linked to his current wife Michelle Lundstrom in May 2024 when the couple revealed they were dating. 4 months later, Steve and Michelle revealed that he had popped the question and they were getting married. Just a year later in May 2025 the pair said, "I do" in a modest ceremony at Laguna Beach. Who is the General Hospital star's new wife? Since Steve Burton referenced spending time with his new wife in his tweet confirming his leave, fans have been interested about the mysterious woman who landed the Jason Morgan portrayer. Michelle Lundstrom really has her own following and is a prominent content developer and chef in the health and wellness sector. Right before she met Steve Burton, Michelle featured in the Netflix cooking show competition Barbecue Showdown. Longtime General Hospital viewers know that Steve Burton has always had a special interest in health and fitness. Since the soap star and Lundstrom married the wedding, they have been engaging on fitness challenges together on social media. Are you sad to see Steve Burton go? Do you believe that he will truly return this summer? Ava's continued character growth on GH is finally paying off. Ava's calmer strength was demonstrated as she depended on hard-earned wisdom rather than manipulation. On General Hospital, Ava did something that would have been impossible a few years ago. She chose restraint again. She's been repairing fences all throughout Port Charles recently, laying down grudges with Sunny, smoothing her edges with Alexis and Christina, even seeking perspective when she once would have grasped for control. The lone exception remained Lucy, and that tension still crackles. But when Ava sat across from Trina and recommended prudence instead of anarchy, it felt less like strategy and more like growth. Something in her had moved, and this time, it held. Key takeaways: Ava chose restraint and pushed Trina to consider carefully before walking away from Portia. She acknowledged losing Kiki, coming from experience rather than manipulation. Ava has made peace with Sunny, Alexis and Christina, exhibiting constant improvement. Lucy remains the one exception to Ava's truce. Ava's growth is showing up in consistent, intentional choices. Ava speaks from experience, not ego. Trina arrived carrying the weight of Portia's paternity disclosure, worried whether her trust could withstand another breakdown. Ava didn't feed the flames or even take a jab at Portia. Instead, she listened closely. Years ago, Ava could have utilized the opportunity to improve her own status. Instead, she spoke about loss. She brought up Kiki, not as a weapon, but as her reality. She knows what it means to lose a kid, but also knows what it is to live with regrets that never go out of your thoughts. Trina believed that if her mother lied again, she'd have to move away. Ava encouraged her to be quite certain before doing something, and it came out as sincere. Clearly, she's someone who has already paid the price for acting too hastily. Peace is harder than war. Ava's personal improvement hasn't been shouted from the mountaintops. It hasn't arrived with a dramatic confession or a broad apology tour. It shows up in subtle, thoughtful choices, and this was one of them. She let Sunny be without revisiting past disputes. She gave Christina and Alexis a clean departure instead of another round. Choosing calm needs more power than choosing retribution, especially for someone who formerly lived on the flame. Lucy may still be the brunt of her jabs since old habits fade slowly. But with Trina, Ava demonstrated she could lead with intelligence instead of impulse. Kiki's absence lingers in every decision she makes today. She persuaded Trina to give Portia another opportunity, and that strikes differently when you remember Kiki. Ava lost her daughter. Portia almost lost hers emotionally. Thus, Ava's advocating forgiveness feels less sanctimonious and more tormented. General Hospital star Cameron Mathison shares Heath update after recent cancer checkup. Cameron Mathison uploaded these images from a hospital visit on Instagram captioned, 6-year cancer checkup day. Blood tests, CT scan, X-rays. Grateful to be here. I'll keep you posted. Almost a week later, the actor posted a video on Instagram where he apologized for not keeping his fans updated as promised. But at least he had some positive news to tell. Health and happiness. Back in 2019, Mathison stated that he had been diagnosed with renal cell carcinoma, a kind of kidney cancer. He underwent surgery to remove the tumor along with 20% of his right kidney. Over the following years, the actor has continued to keep fans in the loop as he has gotten monthly checks, publicly disclosing his progress and test results while also advising people to take care of their own health. In the video he shared on February 10th, Mathison apologized for his bed head before addressing the camera. I've been getting a lot of questions about, first of all, let's pull this together, Mathison, he grinned, straightening his shirt collar. About my cancer scans, the 6-year cancer scans. Yes, I just got out of bed, but what the heck? I simply wanted to let people know that I'm very glad that they all came back clear. My renal function is really even better. It's improved since last year. I am 6 years cancer-free, and I could not be more grateful. Mathison, who first rose to soap stardom playing Ryan Lavery on All My Children from 1998 to 2002 and 2003 to 2011 and has appeared in numerous television movies for the Hallmark Channel and Great American Family, joined the cast of GH as the new Drew Kane in 2021. Over the course of his career, the actor has gathered several admirers who are ready to hear some positive news following his most recent exam. Also grateful for all the texts and emails and DMs and questions about how I'm doing, Mathison announced at the closing of his video. I put out there that I would let you know, and I guess I never did. I didn't actually particularly anticipate that people would be eager to hear about it, but it's very wonderful. And that feels very nice. So, 6 years cancer-free. Super grateful. Here's how GH should write out Jason and why it won't happen. Jason will be away from Port Charles for a time. General Hospital will once again lose Jason Morgan in a few weeks. There is one method the ABC serial might write him out that would really make fans pleased, but sadly, the chances are against this departure plan happening. Key takeaways: Steve Burton is taking a vacation from GH. Jason should leave Port Charles to spend time with Jake. Here's why a Jake and Jason reunion won't happen. This would make Jason's exit better. Steve Burton has confirmed he's temporarily departing GH to spend time with his family. Unlike when Burton departed the ABC serial earlier, the actor has indicated he will return this summer. That implies there is no need for another Jason is dead plot. However, the authors definitely need a strong excuse for Jason to stay out of town for months, especially given he is Danny's sole living dad. One fan on X came up with a terrific leaving plot for Jason that would lead to a comeback that supporters badly want to happen. Instead of writing some unnecessary reason for Jason to be missing for a few months, why not just have Jason go visit Jake in Spain, and then when Jason returns in the summer, he can bring Jake back with him. It's a win-win, stated the fan. Listen, we are completely on board with this being how Jason leaves, since fans have been wanting Jason and Jake to have a father and son bond. It made sense for them not to have a relationship when Elizabeth was keeping Jake's paternity a secret. However, the truth has been known for years. but Jason practically has a non-existent connection with Jake. When Jason returned from the dead, this final time, the focus was on restoring Jason's bond with Danny, with Jake coming off like an afterthought. Unfortunately, this is precisely why this departure plot will never happen. The writers hardly even note that Jason has another son. Therefore, Jason leaving Danny behind so that he may bond with Jake will never come to light. It's unfortunate too, since the program has squandered such a good opportunity to lean into the fractured connection between Jason and Jake. Jason is bearing the tab for Jake's school, and that's pretty much the last time we heard Jason mention him. One way or another, Jason will be leaving Port Charles. Have you considered about how the character should be spelled out? Let us know in the comments section below. General Hospital alum Chad Duell left the show on his own terms. General Hospital News adds that sometimes, you simply need to put the record straight. And that's precisely what Chad Duell did when he confirmed that he departed the Smash ABC series on his own terms. Chad Duell left the show on his own terms. The actor, who is most known for his role as Michael Corinthos, made it plain that he wasn't dismissed from the show or that he was unhappy with his character's storylines before he left. Instead, it's because as an actor and a creative guy, he was just feeling really stuck in the character, and that's not a bad thing at all. When he departed the program in 2025, Chad mentioned at the time that he intended to pursue more theatrical work and potentially dip his toes in the primetime television arena too. Now, that wasn't to suggest that he was done with the soap industry, but merely wanted to take a vacation from it. Of course, many GH fans had a lot to say about the situation on social media. Some even reacted with, "I know exactly where Chad is coming from, I did the same thing." There is something so empowering quitting on your own terms. If he wants to come back to GH in the future and they are open to it, there's a lot of things to explore. What's next for Chad Duell? Another critic remarked, "Good for him. It's so hard to leave your comfort zone. I believe that was incredibly gutsy of him. GH took Michael in a different route and Rory is excellent as Dark Michael, but before that, Chad did a good job." And then there was this comment as well, "Love Chad, but I prefer the new person in the part better. I hope they keep him, even if Chad wants to come back. Sorry, but Rory is killing it." Chad was happy he could go since he was feeling stuck and not creative anymore. Most of us feel that way in our normal jobs but yet have to show up. General Hospital airs weekdays on the ABC network. Check your local listings for times. Watch this space as we have a hunch there is so much more to come. In the meanwhile, let us know what you think by sending us a message with your opinions below.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel without missing any update.